The Florida sun shimmered over a luxury resort pool, the kind of place meant for peace, not prejudice. But for Lena Carter, that illusion shattered in an instant. Pack it up, sweetheart. This pool's for paying guests, not welfare queens. Those words would echo in Officer Brad Kellum's mind long after they destroyed him. The elegant black woman he tried to humiliate didn't flinch. Around her, whispers turned to silence as she met his smirk with cold, unshaken calm. Then sunlight caught the glint of a badge in her hand, FBI. In that single moment, power shifted, and the man who mocked her had just ended his own career. But first, please make sure to subscribe the channel and comment below from which city you are watching this video. The Florida sun beat down on the pristine resort deck as Lena Carter adjusted her white swimsuit, watching her son, Micah, splash in the pool. This trip was meant to be their escape. 7 days of rest, laughter, and a rare chance to forget the weight she carried back in Atlanta. She'd saved for months, choosing this resort carefully, wanting her little boy to feel joy unshadowed by judgment. But judgment, she realized, was harder to escape than distance. From the moment they arrived, the looks had followed. Polite smiles from staff that never reached their eyes, whispered comments from guests who pulled their bags closer when she passed. The hotel manager, Victor Larabe, had questioned her reservation with a smirk, as if a black single mother couldn't possibly belong here. Still, Lena had learned to keep her voice steady, professional, the same tone she used when handling discrimination in her investigations. She reminded herself this was for Micah. His laughter, his pride in showing her underwater photos from his new camera, those were what mattered. But beneath the hum of poolside chatter, something in the air felt brittle, the kind of tension that her years in law enforcement had taught her to sense before it even formed. Servers overlooked a raised hand again and again. Conversations around her hushed when she walked by. She forced a smile for Micah, but her instincts whispered of danger cloaked in politeness. Then, amid the gentle splash of water and the summer heat, came the sound she knew too well, the sharp crackle of police radios cutting through the sunlight. Lena's head turned. 2 uniformed officers strode across the deck, led by the same manager who had doubted her earlier. Her peace, like the Florida calm, was about to break. The hum of conversation died as the officers approached, their boots heavy on the hot concrete. Officer Brad Kellum, tall and smug, stepped forward first. Officer Pike followed, her eyes uncertain. Behind them trailed Victor Larabe, wearing his polished manager's smile like a mask. "Afternoon, ma'am," Kellum drawled, his tone thick with false authority. "We've received complaints about non-guests using the pool." Lena sat up, spine straight, voice calm. "I'm a registered guest. Room 742. She reached for her bag to show her key card, but noticed the twitch in Kellum's hand near his belt. Around them, phones were out, recording. Micah stood frozen beside her, his blue popsicle melting down his trembling hand. "That could belong to anyone," Kellum said when she showed the card. "Real ID, please." The way he lingered on real made her jaw tighten. She could feel Micah's small body trembling beside her. "It's okay, baby," she whispered. Kellum reached for her wrist, grip firm and deliberate. "Let's speed this up," he said. The message was clear: power, domination, ownership. But Lena didn't flinch. Her movements were calm, deliberate, the posture of someone who'd faced worse and learned when to strike. "You're going to want to remove your hand, Officer Kellum," she said evenly. And then, with one controlled motion, she flipped open her leather wallet, sunlight gleaming on the gold shield within. FBI. Special Agent Lena Carter, Civil Rights Division. Silence fell over the pool deck. Kellum's grip snapped back like he'd touched fire. Pike's face drained of color. Victor's smirk collapsed. Lena's voice carried clearly. "You're interfering with a federal officer." Cameras recorded every word. Micah, wide-eyed, raised his own camera, capturing the moment. The pride in his face made her heart ache. Victor stammered, "It's all a misunderstanding, Agent Carter. The hotel values all its guests." But the damage was done. Kellum muttered into his radio, "Copy that. We'll handle it our way." Lena didn't relax. That grin, that call, they told her this wasn't over. Later, as the sun set, she tried to salvage what remained of the day. Micah played in the shallow end, laughter returning in cautious bursts. But when Officer Pike appeared again, pale, hesitant, holding a manila envelope, the air thickened once more. "Agent Carter," she said softly, "hotel management has issued a trespass warning. You're being asked to vacate immediately." Lena's voice was sharp enough to cut glass. "I'm a paying guest." "I'm just following orders," Pike whispered, thrusting the papers forward. From the shadows, Kellum leaned against a palm tree, smirking. "Stay back," Lena warned, moving between him and her son. "You've done enough damage for one day." Victor materialized again, pretending calm. "Perhaps we can discuss this privately." "No," Lena said, her voice steady. "You're using law enforcement to enforce discrimination. That's a serious mistake." Every word, every motion was caught on camera. Lena gathered their belongings, guiding Micah toward their room under the weight of 100 staring eyes. Inside, she double-locked the door, checked the balcony, and whispered to her son, "You picked the wrong woman." But hours later, the metallic rattle of a door handle confirmed her fear. Someone was testing her lock. Through the peephole, she saw Kellum's face, distorted but unmistakable. "Try it again," he whispered. Lena's pulse stayed calm. She didn't open the door. Not tonight. Not on his terms. The footsteps finally faded. But she knew it wasn't over. The real fight was only beginning, and now it was personal. Morning brought no peace, only the illusion of it. The resort glimmered under a flawless sky, but Lena's instincts screamed. Every glance from the staff lingered too long. Every whisper seemed to stop when she passed. Then came another knock, this time from Child Protective Services. A woman with a clipboard stood at the door, flanked by Officer Kellum. "We receive a report," she said calmly. "Your son may have been left unsupervised." Lena's blood ran cold, though her face remained composed. "That's false. There were witnesses, including that officer." Kellum's smile was all venom. "Just doing our duty." It was clear now, they weren't just trying to humiliate her. They were trying to destroy her, piece by piece. The false CPS claim failed, but that night, the trap closed tighter. She caught Kellum below her balcony again, speaking with security, gesturing toward her room. The message was unmistakable: intimidation. By dawn, the harassment became official. Her accounts frozen, her badge suspended. And then, with calculated cruelty, CPS returned, this time with an emergency removal order. 4 officers entered her motel room. Her son woke, terrified. "Mom, what's happening?" "They're lying, baby. Just stay calm." "Ma'am," the supervisor said, "you're under investigation for unstable behavior and endangering a minor." Lena's weapon, still secured in its lockbox, was confiscated as evidence. Her son's tears broke her heart, but she kept her voice steel. Let him pack his things himself. They allowed it, and in that small mercy, Micah tucked away a flash drive containing everything they'd recorded: the drone footage, the deny lists, the payoffs. When they led him away, he looked back. "I love you, Mom. I love you too, baby. Stay strong." Then he was gone. Moments later, Sheriff Doyle Mercer appeared at her door, hands in his pockets, his grin cold. "Rough morning?" he asked. "You won't get away with this." "Already have," he said. "No badge, no money, no proof. Just a mother in a meltdown. Tragic, really." The door shut behind him, leaving her alone, broken but not beaten. In the mirror's reflection, Lena saw something new in her own eyes. Not fear. Fire. They had taken everything. But now, she had nothing left to lose. The next morning, Lena sat in Ruth and Delaney's living room, the retired teacher whose quiet dignity masked a lifetime of observation. Coffee steamed between them, untouched. "They took your boy," Ruth said softly, using the system against his own mama. "But child, they won't win. You've got more power than they'll ever understand." From a worn notebook, Ruth revealed years of handwritten notes, names, dates, every time Sheriff Mercer's deputies harassed a black family, seized property, or fabricated charges. 20 years of watching, she said, waiting for someone strong enough to use it. Then came the call. Officer Pike. Her voice trembled, but resolve steadied it. "I have everything," she said, audio of Mercer admitting the kickback scheme, screenshots of the bribes, text messages about the disappearances. And the hotel's IT guy kept backup footage. The pool confrontation, all of it. Lena's ally in the bureau, Agent Navarro, confirmed the evidence. "We're ready," she said. "Civil rights violations. Racketeering. Conspiracy. But we need one thing, the public." That's when Ruth smiled. "Tomorrow night's the county board meeting. We'll bring the truth to their doorstep." The next morning, the courthouse steps overflowed with Ruth and silver-haired army, retirees in lawn chairs and sun hats, holding handmade signs. Justice is not a vacation amenity. Badges don't make bullies right. Reporters arrived. Cameras rolled. And then Lena stepped forward, the sunlight flashing on her badge, reinstated, defiant. "My name is Special Agent Lena Carter," she said, voice strong. "I came here for vacation. Instead, I found a system built on fear and profit, but also a community brave enough to say enough." The crowd erupted in applause. And when Sheriff Mercer stormed through the throng to confront her, his words were caught on every microphone. "You just signed your own warrant," he hissed. "No," Lena replied, meeting his eyes. "You did." In that moment, federal agents emerged from the crowd, arrest warrants in hand. Mercer, Kellum, Larabe, all cuffed beneath the Florida sun as the retirees sang Amazing Grace. Lena watched, tears glinting. Justice didn't come quietly. It came singing. Because sometimes the loudest voices are the ones that refuse to be silenced, and sometimes justice wears a sun hat.